Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 coming up in 10 minutes. Tiffany Henyard made the playbook, and the mayor of Calumet City took it and ran with it and put it on steroids. We'll talk in 10 minutes about another situation where a mayor taking funds from its constituents of that city, and you won't believe it. The audio coming up with that in just a second. First, a fact that makes your brain go. Flying just got worse again. We poured one out for Spirit Airlines earlier this week, and we've heard all of the situations of fuel prices going up so that we got to pass it on to you, the passenger, and the prices. But even with all that, it's still gotten worse. And Kenzie thinks they're just going to stop carry-ons altogether. So you got to check your bag, you got to pay for it, and check it all together. I really don't think we're that far away from that, to be honest.
I think that their excuse is going to be, as you saw lines get really bad with all that stuff, I think their excuse is going to be like, well, if there was no carry-ons, it's going to run way smoother. That's what they're going to say, but really it's going to be now everyone will spend money.
And Case thinks they're just taking window shades out to save money on the plane, so it just always will be bright.
Just sort of an FU to the consumer. It doesn't cost them anything more. It doesn't cost them anything less. It's just to make our lives more inconvenient.
And both of those sound very reasonable, but they're not right in this situation. And what happened in the past week to make flying worse, if you fly Delta Airlines, they are no longer offering food and beverage service on 450 daily flights. So nothing.
That's insane.
So nothing. Now, they say it will be in only flights that are 349 miles or less.
They just put some minutes on that.
Oh, what, the time of the flight?
Yeah, like a flight's under an hour. Like, okay. Like, how am I supposed to map that? Like a ruler?
It is true because there's no traffic in space. They kind of know probably what a 349-mile flight is in
It's
time.
always estimated. It tells you how long your flight's on the tickets.
So let me think about that. So 349 miles or less. I'm guessing that's probably like an hour and a half
It's
flight.
probably going to be an hour and under, I would guess.
I think, let's see, because I've flown to Detroit before, and it's a little over an hour from here, and that's probably... It's probably a little longer.
Say, so like I fly to Minneapolis a decent amount because like my parents live there, and that's truly an hour, and sometimes it's even just 45 minutes. And there's been multiple times that there's zero drinks served, or they only walk by with water because they're like, oh, it was bumpy the first 5 minutes, and we're gonna land in 3, so we're not doing it.
What happened to the days, those black and white photos, where they're eating steak and suits and fedora hats on the plane?
It's smoking in a baby's face.
Oh, smoking in a baby's face must have been glorious.
Oh, it must have been awesome to smoke on a plane.
Oh, I would have became a great smoker.
It wasn't that long ago because my mom said she was pregnant and she threw
smoking
up
on a
all
plane?
over.
Oh.
No, she threw up all over the place because people kept smoking. She's like, I'm not gonna make it. Like it's making me sick.
Wait, she threw up on a guy that was smoking?
She just threw up on the plane, and it's like, well, you're blowing smoke in a pregnant lady's face. I mean, you got to take what you get.
I pictured the guy getting vomit in his face. The cigarette falls out. Then he picks up the cigarette out of the vomit and starts keeps. I gotta be smoking
if you got it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm nervous to fly here.
So, according to the internet, a 349-mile flight takes about 45 minutes. I've done that flight Cincinnati to Indianapolis before. That's about Chicago to Indianapolis as well. But if you're telling me, Delta Airlines, that I can't cut into a porterhouse on a 45-minute flight, we're no better than a communist country now. I mean, what the hell?
Well,
You can at least pass out the cookies. You know what I mean?
The cookies and a porterhouse.
well,
It takes about 3 minutes to pass out a prepackaged cookie to everybody. Like, let's...
you could just throw them from the front.
That'd be
Just
fine.
whip them out, make a little contest out of it. I looked up the complimentary snacks that Delta serves, by the way. I haven't flown Delta in a long time.
Isn't it the Biscoff?
So you do get the Lotus Biscoff cookies.
I know my airplane and my airline. I know what I'm about to get.
There's
okay?
there's 3 more. Do you want to guess the other 3? Of the
God, it's probably. Well, I only know the cookie, but I would guess a pretzel.
No pretzel.
Oh, no pretzel.
It is, well, I'll
God.
just, in case we keep guessing, I'll just go through. The Cheez-It Original Baked Snack Crackers. So they're not even really Cheez-Its. I think the baked ones are healthier,
Yeah, and that's woke, and you don't like that.
Totally woke, this baked thing. Okay, then you get the Made Good, which is a good brand, by the way, of stuff. I like the Made Good brand. The chocolate chip chewy granola bar. Granola bars always sound like a good idea, and they never satisfy.
See, I don't even think they sound like a good idea. I'm not getting a granola bar.
And finally, probably the worst snack ever invented is their other complimentary snack on Delta. Sun Chips Garden Salsa flavored whole grain snacks.
Ugh.
Sun Chips, you can eat, I don't care how many bags of Sun Chips, like the family size cost, you're never getting full on a Sun Chip. You're
Well,
never.
it's a chip, not an entree.
But I mean, I could eat a whole bunch of ruffles.
I'm not a sun chip girly either, Brian.
Oh, they're terrible.
Ugh.
Oh,
I had some earlier this week.
did you like them?
Yeah, of course.
What flavor did you have?
The orange bag.
I think it's cheddar.
It is cheddar. Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
If you're gonna do a sun chip, it hides the rest of the flavor.
I don't know. It just tastes stale. The
It
cheddar.
did nothing for me.
Yeah,
I'm like, maybe put it in an oven or something. I don't know. I don't think the sun's working. It's like crap.
I need sharp cheddar. I need sharp cheddar. Well, I don't need sun chips at all, by the way.
Well, Southwest, that's been on my, not good list for a while. They added the Siete, Mexican wedding cookies. They just announced that. They had, a party for it. And I'm like, all right, that's a good choice. I was happy about it.
I don't know about the Mexican wedding cookie. Do you, Brian?
I'm not sure.
I mean, that sounds like something I'd like to be invited to, a Mexican wedding with cookies. But I'm
You guys haven't seen those before?
No, I haven't seen the Mexican wedding cookie on a Southwest flight.
They're in a blue bag.
Let's all Google it at the same time.
Are they they look almost like a beignet in a way.
Right. I don't know.
Does it kind of look like a powdered donut? Am I looking at the right thing?
Yes, yeah, you're looking at that, but it doesn't taste like a powdered donut.
God,
but
I
yeah.
tell you, these Mexicans with their jarritos and their churros and their Mexican cookies, they know what to do in the kitchen.
Mexican
They're
wedding
not
cookie.
soft like a donut or anything like that, but they are really good. They have the powdered sugar on them. They're really good.
So that's an option on Southwest now?
They announced that that's going to be their cookie. Obviously, I only pay attention to the sweet options as we're learning quickly in real time.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, coming up, what your baseball teams did last night, the Cubs on Fuego. Also, Mayor Brandon Johnson, En Fuego or En Fuego? I don't want to say En Fuego.
No.
En Fuego.
En Fuego.
En Fuego.
You said on fuego.
He's on Fuego.
On Fuego.
Little Franglish there, a little, or Anglish, Spanglish.
Spanglish.
Where are you right now?
No, I was trying to think of what I was trying to say. I was trying to say when I was in French
No, we
class.
know. We were trying to think of what to say.
When I took French class, I do half English, half French. I'd say it was franglais. And Spanglish is.
God, that sounds like a student that's supposed to fail the class.
I got by. I passed
Your
it
Honor,
anyway.
it was franglais.
So Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson acting like a stalker with the Bears trying to keep the team in Chicago. We'll talk about that in a few seconds as well. But breaking news yesterday as Tiffany Henyard, winner of Piece of Garbage Madness here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 2 years ago, set the playbook for how to pillage your town of its money and spend it for yourself. Well, in Calumet City, the mayor there seems to be doing the same thing, Thaddeus Jones, and he even holds two jobs like her as well. Let's go right to the audio from WGN's Ben Bradley on this one. Our friend who we started 3 years ago, that journey with Tiffany Henyard, and now a new journey has begun.
We recently visited Calumet City in search of its mayor, Thaddeus Jones.
So we were hoping to talk to Mayor Jones, but I guess he's not here tonight.
About what?
About finances and credit card spending. So there's some concerns about the amount that's been charged to credit cards.
Okay.
Credit card spending was a
okay, got it, understood. Kenzie, that's one of their councilmen just saying where's the mayor at? I want to talk to him about what?
About what?
About what? And now we know what they want to talk to him about.
The amount that's been charged to credit cards.
Okay.
Credit card spending was a major issue in nearby Dalton under former Mayor Tiffany Henyard. WGN Investigates reported at length on how the self-proclaimed super mayor and her allies charged tens of thousands of dollars on high-end restaurants, first-class flights, hotels, and more. Most of it out of public view, but on the taxpayer dime. In Calumet City, the spending seems to be following a similar script. WGN Investigates obtained copies of the mayor's credit card statements dating back to 2024. The records show he charged a total of more than $35,000 at restaurants, including Chicago Cut, Hooters, and Cafe Borgia in Munster, Indiana.
Now, Kenzie, when you were out yesterday, we went through a little bit of analysis here. Where he is at in Cal City, it had to be the Hooters in Lansing.
It had to be.
It had to be that one.
Maybe he's on a two-a-day Hooter, though. Maybe he's trying a bunch of them.
It could have been a whole tour of the whole area of Hooters, but we're guessing he went nearby and stayed local. Cafe Borgia in Munster is only 10 minutes away from Cal City, so it's very close by as well, which, Kenzie, did we get a lot of responses on people that have been to that restaurant. Some calling it high-end Italian, overpriced. Some say it was good. It was just a myriad of Yelp reviews came through on the text line yesterday
Okay.
of Cafe Borgia. Then we couldn't figure out Chicago Cut. Why he's coming downtown to one of the most expensive restaurants in the city.
Yeah, Brian couldn't figure out why he wanted to go to a steakhouse downtown.
Bro, why is he going to that one steakhouse on the water?
Yeah.
The place that has amazing reviews. Why would he go there?
It's
Well,
weird.
because his pattern is Hooters in Lansing. No hate on there, by the way. The wings are fantastic, and the customer service is unprecedented.
The customer service is unprecedented?
At that Hooters.
Really?
In Lansing, yes.
Explain to me how that's different than anywhere else. What are they doing that's unprecedented?
Orange shorts.
Gross. How dare you?
And Cafe Borgia in Munster, again, we got mixed reviews. But then he's coming all the way about, 48, 49 miles to go to Chicago Cut. He could have stayed under the radar if it wasn't for the Chicago Cut restaurant, possibly. And also, I got to think most of that bill is Chicago Cut.
I think most of that bill is Hooters and Cafe Borgia.
It depends how much you're getting there. I mean, one meal at Chicago Cut, 2 people, it's like $300 easy if you each have one drink.
I'd imagine he invited some people, some friends.
Yeah, I don't think it was just him and a side piece. I don't know what was there with him at Chicago
Or just
Cut.
him. Can I issue an apology and a correction to Cafe Borgia real quick?
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry about that. What's going on?
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
We'll get through this together. Yesterday, I rattled off the pastas on their menu: spaghetti and meatballs, fettuccine alfredo, sardine, penne porcini, linguine pescatora, penne casserole, homemade lasagna, angel hair primavera, shrimp and seashells, homemade ravioli. I've heard of all of those. You then said, what about the gnocchi? Do you remember this, Brian?
I do, because it's one of my favorites.
Yes, I said not on the menu. I don't see it. Thank you to the texters that responded yesterday, noting that the gnocchi.
And told you to die.
They told me to die.
First off,
Yes.
the first 800 said that.
Yes, they told me to die, and then they politely reminded me that the gnocchi is in the appetizer section at Cafe Borgia, which they do have. You can get gnocchi, potato, tomato, vodka, cream, $14 as an appetizer there.
Ooh, that's my kind of appetizer.
I know. I wouldn't be doing my journalistic duty if I did not issue that retraction and note that this restaurant does indeed have gnocchi on the menu.
Look at our Ben Bradley over here, huh?
The
Coming for your
problem,
job.
the problem with that is,
Okay.
I want an entree size.
I feel the same way. That's why I went straight to the pasta section, not the appetizers.
So do I got to get 3 of the apps to be satisfied?
Yeah, you have to get 3 of the apps.
Which is why the bill got so high. Because $14 times 3 is
This guy's a
28.
gnocchi fiend. He can't help
14
himself.
times 3 is why the bill's so high.
And also
Yeah.
land the plane on 14 times 3. Why don't we hear your answer there?
14 times 2 is 28.
Yeah.
Add 14, I'm looking at $42.
Bingo.
Without tax and the service fee and the credit card fee and
And
the
the
tip.
yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm tipping
And the
extra.
hookers he probably hired.
And the hookers. That's
It
right.
all adds up.
Let's continue with this story. There's more to it.
Where the bills totaled more than $14,000 in just 2 years. Like Henyard, Jones holds 2 taxpayer-funded jobs, mayor of Calumet City and Illinois state representative. In all, the positions paid him more than $225,000 last year.
$225, Kenzie. $225,000 for the 2 jobs. In Cal City, by the way, cost of living not where Chicago Cut is on the river in downtown. Just to make it clear. That's like making $48 million a year
I
downtown.
don't know if that's what it is.
That's the math
Quick
on that one.
conversion in my head.
All right.
Jones' credit card statements showed more than $46,000 on travel in just 2 years for himself and others. There were trips to Las Vegas, Colorado Springs, and Miami, where taxpayers spent $351 on flights for 2 of Jones's family members. Jones' spokesperson says the trips were
These hookers are like
business-related.
family to me.
What'd you say, Kenzie? I didn't hear it.
These hookers are like family to me.
Ah, like Olive Garden.
Mayor reimbursed some of the money, but provided no proof that happened.
So he said he reimbursed, no proof he reimbursed.
You can't take a man at his word anymore?
No.
That's all he has. The guy's an elected official. We can't
They
trust
don't
him.
have things that prove that you bought it. There's no such things as receipts.
Yeah,
What is he supposed to do?
I know. He's a victim here, certainly of the system here.
Through a spokesperson, Jones declined multiple interview requests and did not attend the 2 regular board meetings in March, which occurred on the same days he was in Springfield for his other job as a state legislator.
So he missed the board meetings for one job because he was doing his other job.
Busy. 2 full-time jobs is not easy.
Rise and grind.
Rise and grind.
It's a hustle society out there.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
He's an elected official working 2 jobs. We should be thankful for him.
And eating 3 apps of gnocchi.
Yeah, he's got to order 3.
2 ain't going to do it.
No.
All right, we'll keep track of this situation, the Tiffany Henyard-like situation with the Cal City mayor. Coming up after Nirvana, we'll get to sports.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, so just about 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That is your next chance at Fest, as we mentioned, a chance to get to Riot Fest and a full trip to the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival. 2 festivals, one right here in Chicago, which is the best one in the world, and then you get to another one, which is tremendous, a full trip you get out of it. So that's coming up in about 7-8 minutes.
Brian and Kenzie. The biggest story of the day.
Q101.
Kenzie was celebrating Cinco de Mayo yesterday and missed this viral video that went many places, pretty much on your phone, where a Washington woman accused of drunken driving onto a sidewalk, chasing a kid who was on a dirt bike, before then trying to break into a home. It does not head to headlines, by the way. That's at 8:20 head to headlines. This is not in that. This is a 56-year-old woman that drove onto a sidewalk. Now, Kenzie hasn't seen the video, which I'm glad. I want this real-time footage of watching the video. Because when you say that sentence, you think, wow, that sounds pretty nuts. And, I don't know what that could have looked like.
Say it one more time.
I don't know. It sounds pretty nuts. I don't know what that could have looked like.
Not that.
The sentence.
The sentence
Brian.
that the story's based on.
Oh, God.
God.
You are a lot today.
You weren't even trying to be funny. You earnestly thought I was asking you to say that again.
Yeah. Washington woman is accused of drunkenly driving onto a sidewalk and chasing kid on dirt bike before trying to break into home.
And that makes you go, what, Brian?
That makes me go, what?
Okay, all right.
He's had enough.
Okay.
That might make you think, okay, but she really didn't drive up on the sidewalk. Maybe she was driving toward the curb and the kid jumped up on the sidewalk. And maybe no. The car is on the sidewalk chasing this poor kid on a little dirt bike. So, Kenzie, I want you to watch the video right now if you haven't played it yet.
I have not played it yet because you specifically said don't watch it.
Yes. Follow instructions. That's good.
Thank you. Okay, I'll tell you. It's loading.
We love
I'm
how
sorry.
obedient you are, Kenzie. Thank you so much for that.
I got a treat coming for you in a minute.
It's going really slow. Oh,
Sorry for the volume.
sorry.
There. Yeah,
Wow, it came out of nowhere.
There you go.
Let's see.
So
Oh my God, she's on the sidewalk.
See?
I did not imagine her on the sidewalk. I was like, are they just exaggerating this kid? She's just driving the kid's dirt. Holy crap.
That's what I'm saying.
Why was she chasing him like that?
Well, she was accused of drunken driving. She's been arrested for attempted murder, which is good. She should be. This poor kid's on this little dirt bike. I couldn't imagine. My first thought was, is it one of those electric dirt bikes? Or is it a gas-powered dirt bike, like old school?
It's an e-bike.
Oh, so it is an e-bike.
Yeah.
He keeps looking over her shoulder like, nope, that car's really on the sidewalk.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing you got to break down this video. This kid is a boss. I mean, he paused, stopped to turn around, sees the car still on the sidewalk coming after him, and then pulls some maneuvers to lose her on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And she miraculously does not hit a mailbox. There's all these mailboxes right there ready to be taken out.
Well, she still cares about property value. It doesn't matter how wasted you are. Mailboxes are expensive.
Even drunken driving.
Yes.
You got to protect the mailbox. But this was, by the way, at 6:05 p.m., dinner time, and the kid was going through the neighborhood, and apparently she thought he was going too fast. Witnesses can be saying in the video that Kenzie turned the volume down, but that this lady's crazy. Yeah. She's literally
crazy.
You ever see that random car that gets onto the lakefront in Chicago and they're on the bike path? That's what this looks like. She's on the sidewalk, not just going up a little bit and then coming down. She's driving on the
I
sidewalk.
want to know who was recording it, because if I saw somebody chasing a kid like that, I would be doing something. I wouldn't be like, oh, this kid run away from this car. Like, this adult is just recording this, not saying anything.
Kenzie, I'm sorry. This is the society we live in today. It's very
That's, like,
disappointing.
sick.
Sorry to expose you to this. It's very, very sad.
But why would I get in the way of a moving car when I could film it and yell "World Star"? That feels like that's a much more productive use of my time.
Well, they could at least yell out advice to the kid, like they weren't even helping.
Well, he seemed to have it figured out. The advice is to go faster. The advice is to outrun the car. He was doing that. He was doing a good job.
I
don't
can
know
tell
if I
that
could do
neighbor
that.
doesn't like that kid. That's what I can tell you right now. That he's probably ding-dong ditched before because that neighbor's like, maybe you should get him car. Like, it was like they were rooting for the car.
Well, also, that would answer my question if it was a gas-powered dirt bike that was very noisy. To Kenzie's point, maybe the neighbors didn't like the kid riding up and down all the time. That's why no one... Oh, eventually they did help him and they brought him in the home. The neighbors end up saving the kid. And she didn't get
I don't
him.
think the neighbor recording. There's more than one neighbor.
That neighbor's going, but the e-bikes are quiet. They're pretty quiet. So I can't, why would you be upset about a kid going up and down the neighborhood on a bike, in an e-bike?
I think it's a loud one. We have there's a lot of kids with those dirt bikes in our neighborhood, and those aren't quiet the way e-bikes are.
Oh.
Kenzie, talk to me because I don't live in a suburban neighborhood. I live in the opposite. I live in Uptown. But is it almost like a crisis of kids on e-bikes? Because I know just outside the region where my parents live, their neighborhood is infested with kids on e-bikes going really fast on the road all the time.
So we don't. What they mainly have are the electric scooters, which they have scooters that are going 30 to 45 miles an hour in our neighborhood, and also the dirt bikes. I don't see a lot of e-bikes, but it's dirt bike, more like toys, right?
Yeah.
Like they have normal bikes and they have those. And my thing is, like Tristan's asked me for one, and Tristan's about to be 12 in 2 weeks.
That's
And my
perfect
answer
age
is
to get a dirt
no.
bike. That is the right time to
No.
get on a motorized vehicle.
No, you shouldn't be driving something 30 to 45 miles an hour at 12. And the problem is a lot of kids are that or they're younger. We've had multiple kids in the neighborhood go to the hospital from literally splitting their head open because when you fall going about 40 miles an hour and land on cement, it hurts. And
Wow.
and they also kids are kids. I'm not mad at kids for not being always smart enough to look both ways before crossing because they're going to act like that. But it's way more that's why you don't give them things that are going 45 miles an hour because they're not going to always critically think. So we're kind of putting the cart before the horse here. And so there's been a lot of times where my car's almost been hit because they cut across like they would on a bike, but they're going very, very, very fast. And I know that unfortunately, someone's going to end up injured for life because of one of these for sure.
Well, the argument here is, Kenzie, you get it for him and teach him how to properly ride it or do what I did. There's always somebody in the neighborhood that's got one and he's going to ride Motorbike Mike in our neighborhood had a Kawasaki 100. He's asked if I want to go for a ride. I was 12 years old. I got on the thing, and I tried to jump off, like in Westerns when they jump off a train and onto a horse, and they just kind of keep moving. And I tried to jump off and run, and I can't run.
You tried to jump off of a moving motorcycle and run?
Yeah, I thought I could jump off and kind of run it out.
But why just stay on the motorcycle? What good
Yeah,
does it do?
wouldn't it be more fun on the motorcycle?
Well, I already had enough fun, and Motorbike Mike wasn't
enough
stopping.
fun.
I had enough fun. I wanted to move on to something else.
I wouldn't care if Tristan rode one in a field. I just don't want him on the roads. That's my issue with it.
Well, when I tried to run, by the way, I face planted and skidded, and I have 5 scars on me right now on my knees, my elbows, and my forehead. I have a scar that's still there.
Deserved.
For 12 years old. Well, that's why, again, I went down just to Motorbike Mike, the burnout in the neighborhood with his Kawasaki 100 and got on his bike.
This story is why I know I'm not ready to be a parent, because if I saw a kid going 40 on a dirt bike, I'd go, that kid is badass. I should be more like him. I wouldn't be worried about helmets or safety or other cars coming on. I'd go, that's my guy right there.
I see it and go, and he's going to die.
Yeah,
and I know it. And I'm sorry.
Right
I don't want him to.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea at all. Just with traffic. I'm like, this isn't good.
People have been texting in on this, and if you haven't seen the video yet, and you watch it, it's like the scene out of Terminator 2 when John's on his bike trying to outrun the T-1000 in the truck. It's exactly what this video looks like. It's not just, again, a person coming up the sidewalk for a second. No, she's on the sidewalk. It looks like the Terminator.
It's real-life Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
But normally in Grand Theft Auto, you're in the car chasing the motorcycle, not the motorcycle, which is the unfortunate position to be in.
Yes. So you're going to get Tristan that bike or no?
No.
Well, let him be a badass. Come on.
No, he can ride a bike. Get some exercise.
Bicycles are lame. Get him a dirt bike.
No, he needs to move some. He needs to move his legs. These kids are getting lazier and lazier. Now the vehicles take. I'm like, you need to move.
We can't start preaching.
I watch you moving those legs a little bit.
You can't start preaching to 12-year-olds. You need to get more steps in for the day. It's too young to
I
start.
do.
It's too
I'm
young
big
to
on
start.
that.
Steps, no. No, let him live. Let him
I'm
cook.
like, get to walking. Let's go. Everybody, let's go to walk with me.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 had the headlines where you decide the content of the show based on the headline alone. We gave you two of the funniest ones of the week, and you choose by texting in 312-967-8300, headline 1 or headline 2. The results in a second. First off, headline number 1, which is local, and both have an audio component, both stories. Headline 1 was, quote, unfortunate and embarrassing. Class is canceled at Northwest Suburban School after resource officer loses gun. Headline 2 was...
It's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough.
It's got to be one of the main things you're not supposed to do.
It's probably something you should hold on to.
Yeah, it's got to be up there.
If it wins, we'll find out what happened. But maybe headline 2 won, which is beekeeping housing advocate guilty of attacking deputies with honeybees. Now, I'm not sure, it was close, but I'm not sure if people thought that told the whole story. But I really want to know more about that story of how you attack somebody with honeybees. You say, swarm, swarm, swarm. You've trained them to attack, but we're never going to find out because headline 1 won. The local story, unfortunate and embarrassing, class is canceled at Northwest Suburban School after resource officer loses gun. Now, there's an audio component to the story, so we're going to let the story break it down from WGN. And here we go with headline 1 and had the headlines, the story that you chose.
New overnight classes are canceled today as authorities search for a gun at a school campus in Arlington Heights.
He's like, I said gun.
Oh my gosh, it sounds so bad.
Yeah, when you get that news anchor voice on, it definitely goes, oh, this is really bad.
See, I would have done the opposite as principal. I would have been like, nobody's going anywhere.
Instead of closing the school, you mean getting classes canceled?
Close the doors, but everyone's in the building. We're looking, like now somebody's left with the gun.
Yeah, I don't know what they did when they canceled before even people got in there. The people that, the gun people or someone that could have grabbed the gun. We'll get to that more in the story here as we go on.
Who are the gun people?
Whoever stole it's now a gun person.
That's right.
Oh, is that what you're trying? I didn't know who the gun people were.
Yeah, I mean, if I saw a gun, I'm picking it up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
That's the life you live?
I've never just come across a gun sitting around.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've come across a gun just laying?
Yeah, in the city. Sometimes you just see guns. And that's not like a Bill O'Reilly, the city's so dangerous thing. That's just like...
You sound like Juicy Smollett.
Sometimes you just see a gun. I don't know.
There's ropes or guns?
I think you're on the wrong radio station. They go down the hallway and start preaching.
Not, I'm not in the no spin zone right now. I just, sometimes you see a gun.
Oh, the crime in the city's rampant. The National Guard needs to come in.
Sorry, I watched too much Hannity last night. My mind's in the gutter.
I've lived in the city for 17 years. I've never just come across a gun.
Oh, so I don't know.
You should be very concerned if you see a gun laying on the road.
Often. To be clear, it's not often, but I have seen a gun laying around before.
And you didn't think, I want that. I want to pick it up.
I didn't think, I did not want that.
Brian, what are you thinking? That he could be implicated when I would immediately be like, I don't even want to be on a camera near it. I'm going to get arrested.
Oh, I'm taking that gun. I'm picking it up. I'll wipe all the fingerprints off first, of course. I seen that.
Yeah, but then you have the murder weapon. They don't care if the prints are.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'll buy those black grilling gloves.
In fact, it would be the opposite. Why would you wipe the prints off of the murderer and then only have your prints on the gun?
Yeah, I didn't think that through. But
what are you going to do once you get the gun?
Yeah, I'll play with it. I want to be like in Tombstone. I don't know how to flip it around.
Neither of you guys have a gun.
I don't.
Oh.
No, you, I guess, sounds like you have a gun. The way you were shocked by that answer.
You, I guess.
I live in a studio. I don't have enough room for a gun.
Well, I don't know if you need a gun rack.
My dad's always had guns, and one time when I was a kid, he didn't want to wake my mom up, I guess, and he put the gun in my closet.
Smart.
And this is a good idea, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm digging through my closet, and it fell on my head, and I walked out in the kitchen. I was like, Mom, look what was in my closet. And they almost got a divorce.
Yeah.
Fell on my head, the gun.
The odds.
The odds.
He puts the gun in his child's bedroom, and it falls on her head.
And I found it at noon. He didn't retrieve it in the morning. Like, if you're going to put it in overnight, head in there early.
Safest place for a gun is in your child's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I was always taught that. In the closet. Yep. Under the pillow. One of those options. All right, so back to this story. So we'll start again because just the opening line made Kenzie laugh with the news anchor talking about the gun.
New overnight classes are canceled today as authorities search for a gun at a school campus in Arlington Heights.
Police say a school resource officer left it in a restroom at the Forest View Educational Center. Eric is there with more. Eric?
Before we go to Eric, it was left in the restroom. So the gun's in the
You probably
restroom.
have to unclip it. He didn't want to shoot himself in the foot.
Well, that's my question. And we're not far in the audio, I understand. But you sit down to go to the bathroom, like I take my phone out of my pocket and I want to look at my phone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want my phone in my pocket when my pants go to the floor of the bathroom. Do you feel the same way about your gun if you have one? Do you want your gun? Do you pull your gun? Is it normal to pull the gun out?
My fear would just be it going off, like into my leg or something.
Sure.
That would freak me out.
Or back up into your face. It could go that way too.
I got shot in the face. I was peeing.
I also wonder, you take the gun out of your pocket. Do you look at your gun like you look at your phone when you're in the bathroom?
And
Like,
just go like, the serial number's
Why
bad.
does he not? He obviously set it down. Maybe he just set it down to wash his hands.
well, no, because he set the gun down, then he went to the bathroom. So that's how he lost the gun.
Do you think it was sitting on top of the toilet paper thing?
I think it was outside the stall.
You put it by the sink.
No,
You
I don't
put it
think he
by
did.
the-
I
yes,
bet you money it was in the stall.
Well, let's see what happens. But I don't know how you lose it if it's with you in the stall.
because you
also-
forget it. It's black, so it's the toilet paper thing.
The toilet paper thing, the holder.
The toilet paper thing is slanted. If you were going to set a gun, it would 100% fall and it would 100% come back and shoot you.
Do you think he put it on the hook and the little finger on the back hook?
He didn't have a backpack, so he put his gun on the hook.
Hangless here.
Okay, well maybe we're all wrong. Let's see what happened, where he put the gun, and what happened, and how he lost the gun.
Yeah, good morning. The department calls it an embarrassing and unfortunate incident. The district did cancel some classes for some students while the department continues its search for the gun.
Wait a minute. Only some got canceled?
Only some.
Well,
Do you think it was the mean kids? Because like the school shooter's gonna go after them first. We've seen them bully people.
so you think there's one class with mean kids in it? Like all the mean
Well,
kids are in one
some
class?
classes for some kids. So maybe the class still happened. They're like, everyone who said controversial things needs to go.
All the bullies stay home today because there's a gun that's missing. Ew.
You're gonna be first.
Ugh.
We've seen how you treat people.
That's rough. Yeah, I just don't understand why it's not a bigger deal of like the whole campus is shut down.
Because a gun, even if it's found in one part of the campus, can move to another part of the campus.
Pretty quickly, I'd
Yeah.
argue. Walkable campus.
Yeah, those guns are fast.
They are.
You know, it's just like
They're not slowing you down a ton.
so.
They're on an e-bike.
So we don't know the exact specifics on if you put it on the counter outside the stall or whatever. But the gun, they closed some classes. Interesting.
Students enrolled in the specialized schools will not be in session today. This includes the Academy at Forest View, International Newcomer Academy, Vanguard School, Life Program, and the Young Adult Program. This all happened yesterday afternoon just before students were dismissed for the day. The officer took his gun out of his holster to use the bathroom, and when he came back to find it, it was gone.
Okay, that tells me that it was on the counter by the sink. He took it out of his holster because he went back
Do you
to
think he
find
used
it.
a urinal, so he put it on the counter?
I don't know if that's a school that has like, the drink holder shelf above the urinals. Like in some bars have
They
that
have drink
shelf.
holders?
Well, they have a shelf. Some bars have a shelf above the urinals. You can put your beer up there.
Okay, let me answer that question for you. It's a high school, not a bar. It probably doesn't have that.
But some high schools are really like outfitted nicely. Like maybe some kids drink like, let's say, a Celsius they put up there instead of a beer.
With all due respect, I've been in a public high school pretty recently. They don't have those.
Why were you in a public high school?
Well, I went to one.
You mean
when you
8
were-
years ago?
You said recently, like 6 months ago, you were there.
I thought like last week you were in high school.
I'm famously very young. I was, when you think about it, just in high school.
I mean, not really. How old are you now?
27?
It's been almost 10 years. It's almost a decade.
Okay, I don't think they added drink holders to high
You're
school
about to have a
bathrooms.
reunion. A lot could have changed.
Yeah. When I was 27, I didn't say I was just in high school.
Recently in high school.
Honestly, I was just in high school.
You can't even say that after like 21.
I'm
You can't
so
say recent.
young. I was just a high school kid.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I was
You are in denial about your age. It's coming at you like a bus. You are not a recent high school graduate.
I know. I was in high school recently enough to know that they don't have drink holders like in bars.
9
You don't
years
think
ago.
something can change in 10 years?
Not in this country, it can't.
9 years? All my
No.
tax dollars can't put drink holders in the urinals?
They can't pay for textbooks.
You know how different kids are 10 years from now?
They're riding spaceships to school now.
Everybody's on a freaking vaping and e-bike.
And there's moving sidewalks in there?
They're not building bars and bathrooms.
There's drink holders now. I got to believe there's drink. You know what? I'm going to pause. We'll come back in a second to finish this.
I would like a recent high schooler to actually check it, not Case's old ass.
Yeah.
Find me a high school bathroom. I'm going in.
Yeah, Case wants to go.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because I have a job to do.
With rapid fire takes.
So I don't want to hear from you lava pigs on this notion today. No idea what you're talking about. You're complaining more than you like to breathe air. It's like you get up in the morning only to complain and cry and moan on social media about things that you don't even understand.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
So you have about 10 minutes left for Q101's Fest, the first hour of the day to do it, an 8 o'clock hour. The word is push. P as in Paul, U-S-H, as in push you over.
P as in pork.
Yeah, text that to 312-967-8300 for a chance to qualify for a trip for two to the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival, Cade's the Elephant, the Strokes, the Lumineers, the Black Keys, and 30 more. Plus, Riot Fest one-day passes. You get to pick which day you get to go to. There's no lineup yet, but it will be incredible. That's all part of Fest. You get that, both festivals, if you text PUSH to 312-967-8300. We got music, entertainment, news, and the Pumpkins on the way. But we got to finish up the headlines. Where when we left off, the headline that you chose for us to break down was the one relating locally. Unfortunate and embarrassing. Classes canceled at Northwest Suburban School after resource officer loses gun. Turns out it was in the bathroom. We got through a big piece of the story from WGN, and I wondered, and we're all kind of wondering where the gun was put down. I mentioned possibly the urinal because in bars, urinals have this shelf where you can put your beer on them. Mm-hmm. Case said he was in high school, recently, and me and Kenzie thought maybe he was at high school last week. No, he means he's 27 years old and was there 9 years ago in high school.
Which is more recent than the both of you.
That's fine.
Wait, but I didn't say I recently graduated.
But in the span of human history, 9 years is not that long. And also, if you're a teacher listening and you would like to have me speak at your public high school, I am available for speaking engagements. I do famously relate to the youth, and I can speak their language and motivate them to get off their lazy ass.
That sounded really relatable. By the way, so Dom checked it on the text line from 317 here too, because Case was saying it doesn't seem possible there's a drink holder in a bathroom in a high school.
As a recent high school graduate, there's no way, because it's not a bar, that high schools would have drink holders in their bathroom.
Well, Dom, the former teacher, begs to differ. Dom says, former teacher here, there's television screens in bathrooms now like a Buffalo Wild Wings in high school.
That's bad. That's bad ideas on the school's behalf.
So they probably have a drink holder there above the urinal by then.
No, that means they have TVs, not drink holders.
If you're going to sit and watch TV, you got to have something to hold your drink.
Preach, brother.
What do you got on the text line?
Now, Ty checked in. Ty is 19 years old, graduated high school in 2024. He did call me an old, salty soy boy, which is devastating. But he said they definitely don't have little shelves in the bathrooms of public high schools because public high schools hate us.
Wow. Oh. That's not good. He took a stance in that one, too. There was a protest involved with that fact. Listen, they should have
I
a
like
shelf.
this text from Nico. A year after I graduated high school, the school added another annex building. I'm pretty sure they could add a drink holder after 10 years.
Yeah,
Case.
It's possible.
Look, I'm in a weird position right now. I have to go into a high school bathroom. I don't want to be in that position, but that's the position you guys have put me in.
It sounds like you want to.
I don't want to.
So vote in the text line which high school Case should invade today.
Invade? That's not nice.
At 312-967-8300.
I'm a person, I'm not invading.
We'll see. Also, let's continue this story to figure out, maybe they tell us exactly where he put it down, because this resource officer has a gun. He put it down in the bathroom. He went to the bathroom and
Isn't it funny that the resource officer lost his resources? Is that like his whole job?
That's it. Have the gun. Let's continue with the story here and finish it up.
School took a look at its surveillance video, and the district says a limited number of people did enter the bathroom. The department called in dogs trained specifically for weapon detection. They will continue the search today, as well as talk to kids that may have gone into that bathroom after the officer. Additional officers will be at the Forest View campus for the next few days. The district is having a meeting this afternoon, and it did email all the parents to let them know what's going on.
So we don't know.
That's a tough email. I don't want to. I'd be like, I don't want to write that.
Usually it's about like, who can contribute to the bake sale to help out with the school's teams this year.
What do you think they did? Rock, paper, scissors, nose gun? Like, I don't want to do that one.
Hello, parents. A gun was left by the resource officer, and we can't find it.
Hello, parents. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
That being said, stay home. There's a gun and we don't know where it is.
Stay bunkered.
We're just going to move these classes on over.
Are you familiar with the term shelter in place? Please do it. Now, there is an update on this story that says a person of interest is in custody after the resource officer misplaced his gun. They're calling it misplaced now. No, he put it down and it was gone. Like, he didn't lose it. He didn't lose it like in his garage.
Do you think they would have been able to solve this really fast, though, if only 3 other people walked into the bathroom?
Who knows how many did? Because, school bathrooms
They said
are
limited.
Yeah, and having security camera footage of you walking into a bathroom for some reason is really humiliating.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to have to pull you aside and question you and go, hey, you were in the bathroom. What are you doing in there? It's like, well, I wasn't playing with a gun, if that's what you're asking.
You were in there a while.
That's like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I'd rather somebody shoot me than ask me about what I was doing in the bathroom. That's awful.
They're like, you also went 3 more times that day.
Yeah.
It's like, leave me alone.
Oh my God, that's a humiliation ritual.
Oh. Well, we'll keep finding and keep updating this. People texting in still. Go up to New Trier High School. See if those are fancy bathrooms up there in New Trier case.
All right, I'll make my way up.
That's a good one.
Can I work something out loud about this gun situation?
If you must.
What?
I don't know if the person that took the gun should be arrested. I feel like the resource officer should be in way more trouble than the person that took the gun. Am I wrong for thinking that?
Well, these aren't 5-year-olds. They should know better than to take a gun sitting out. Unless they took it and brought it to the office, because they're like, I think somebody left this.
Yeah.
Beyond that still is like, you're old enough to know.
Yeah.
The thing is, as I said, if I see a gun, I'm picking it up.
That's the thing. This is bait for people like you and I.
And especially when I was 15, if I saw a gun.
Oh, forget it.
I'd
fire a celebration shot.
I'm taking that gun.
You think he's just quoting Scarface in class?
He's looking in the mirror doing Scarface.
But obviously, the resource officer is at fault here for leaving his gun laying around for someone to grab it. I don't know if whoever took it is going to be arrested, but...
Well, not if he's under 18. He'll have juvenile... He'll probably have to do community service. That's what I had to do when I got in trouble.
Oh, what'd you do? Community service, like on the highway in those vests?
No, I had to paint old women's nails at retirement centers.
What?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I stole.
From
the
poor? Store?
The poor. Yeah, Kenzie's thing was steal from the poor and give to the rich. Yeah. The opposite.
I was the poor, though.
Who ordered you to do that? A judge?
No, you kind of meet almost with a counselor, and they go over what you've done before also, and then they're like, if you're kind of bad, what kind of. So I had to do 50 hours, and I just painted nails and helped out at the old person's home.
How long?
50 hours.
Oh, 50 hours. 50 hours. But how many days was that? Was that
it took a while. I would do it 1 or 2 days a week for 5 hours at a time. I was running out of nails. I'm like, okay, well, everyone's nails are done.
Yeah, you're doubling up, redoing the ones you just did.
Do you guys have any new people here?
Around the batting order.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys want stripes on these? What should I do?
All right, well, there's Head to Headlines. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have music entertainment news on the way. Talk about the Q101 pop-up you may not have heard about yet. That's coming up a week from Saturday. A free concert for you is on the way with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
My name is Megan Klingenberg. I was a professional soccer player for over 10 years, and like most players, I gotta be honest, I have some baggage when it comes to referees. I wanted to know, who are these refs? What kind of person gives up their weekend to call fouls and hand out cards? Why do they do it? So this time on the U.S. Soccer Podcast, I'm going to referee camp. The U.S. Soccer Podcast presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.